What's up, everybody? So first and foremost, my name is Felicia, and this is my print shop, 4 Dice Prints. Now today, y'all get a little look. This is my print shop, 4 Dice Prints. As you can see, I have 2 DTG printers, and I got the rest of my area. What I'm doing right now, I'm currently in the process of doing some painting, but today's video is a little bit of it's a bittersweet day for me because I am currently in the process. I literally have someone come in to buy this DTG machine right now. Now, a little backstory. I love clothes. I started off screen printing, DTG, DTF, just started trying to find my way that I could put designs on garments from a very young age. I've always loved clothes. I recently moved to Atlanta, and it has always been my dream and my vision to have my own DTG print shop. These machines, brand new, do cost about $20,000. You can buy one used for about a little under $10,000, but I bought both. Well, I bought this machine for $1,200, and I bought this machine for $200. I bought this machine with the intentions to fix it. However, I was a little overwhelmed with the price it costs to maintain and get this machine back up and running. So basically the situation with these machines is they do not recommend you turn these machines off for even 1 day. This machine has to constantly constantly clean the ink within its lines so the ink doesn't dry up. What happened with both these printers is they were sitting for I believe both these printers were sitting for about 2 years. I bought this printer with the expectation of I could have it for a while, I'll work on it over time. What I did not expect was the price of the ink and the price it would cost just for me to get ink flowing through these print heads to get them back up to a normal standard. So just a little bit of information. This is called an ink cartridge. This is white. This is a white ink cartridge. You need 2 white ink cartridges, 6 total inks. You need cyan, magenta, yellow, and black to create all the colors in the rainbow, basically, to be able to get a full print. So these ink cartridges cost $700 for 2 white ones and $300 per color. So basically it costs about almost $2,000 to have all your inks running at one time. What I didn't expect because these machines were sitting for so long, I had to continuously clean the system, clean the lines, and it was just draining ink and draining cleaning solution constantly. And I'm talking about, that's almost about 2,000 what felt like every week. Me personally, I didn't have 2,000 every 2 weeks to continuously try to get these print heads working to the standard that I need them. So over time, and I fixed one issue and another issue happened. I just wasn't prepared for the money load that it was gonna take, and over time, the mental stress that it caused me. Unfortunately, I had to take my L. However, like I said, I have somebody coming to buy this right now, but it's not I won't say it's a loss because first of all, I didn't pay that much for the printer. I did have a technician come out, and if you don't know, there's only about 5 technicians in the whole U.S. and United States. So I had a technician, Jeff, come out, and he diagnosed the printer, and it's gonna cost about $7,000 to $8,000 to fix. Again, I thought that's something I could do over time, but like I said, when you have this printer sitting and you fix one problem and then something happens and it has to sit again, and then you have to wait for another technician to come out on his monthly, whenever he's available. It might take a month, it might take 2, it might take 3. You're just kind of running into the same reoccurring problems, and that just wasn't something I was prepared or ready for, which ultimately just kind of left me the decision to sell both these printers. So like I said, I brought this printer, and I actually bought this printer for parts because for me it was even a little difficult trying to find like certain parts, like ink cartridges. You can't just go on Amazon, eBay, or even go on the Brother website and buy these parts. So I bought this printer for $200 and replaced some of the parts, some of the components that didn't work on this printer. But one thing about a DTG printer, these Brother DTG printers, they are great printers. They are amazing printers. For me personally, I just kind of realized my workflow. I realized that, especially because I'm a one-person team and I'm doing everything from start to finish, I need my equipment to be efficient. If my equipment is not efficient, I'm not efficient. And that's just something I realized. I became very frustrated when I'm fixing one thing, and I have a house in Atlanta. It's 2026. I bought this in 2025, but based on the economy, I don't have the highest paying job, so it definitely became more of a financial strain for me and a mental strain for me. And I never even thought I would be here. I thought I was gonna be able to acquire my first DTG machine at 30 years old. I did both of these machines at 25, so I'm not even gonna make it seem like I'm taking a loss. Even the amount of experience and amount of knowledge I gained while having two machines that didn't work, I'm sure when I do have one machine that does work, I'll be like I'm never gonna take that knowledge away. I'm never the experience I gained from these two machines, I can't take away. It is a bittersweet feeling because, like I said, this is my passion, but it's also business. I have to know when things aren't working for me financially, and also realizing when it's time to let go. I could tell you guys a story of how I was even able to, because even for the 1200 at the time, I didn't even have the 1200 to get the machine, but I have a good God, and He always provides for me. And even the story of how I was able to get this machine, that's a story for another day. But I just wanted to make this video because even in the process of selling these two machines, a lot of people have the same thoughts and the same idea I did. If I could buy a machine basically for free, because $1,000 for a DTG machine is basically free. If I could buy this machine for free and invest and repair it, which it does cost, like I said, $7,000 to $8,000 to repair, boom, you're up and running. There is just a little bit more. It's not that simple unless you do have this $7,000 to $8,000 to fix it all at once and all your problems are solved all at once. For me, it just wasn't that simple. I didn't realize that doing it slowly wasn't an option because you're going to continuously have to keep recycling and cleaning those print heads, and the white ink on this machine didn't work. So that's another dilemma about the machine is basically the reason they say they don't recommend you turning these machines off at all is because the specifically for the white ink, I believe the white ink has a certain percentage of plastic in it. So when that ink is just sitting, it turns into something like concrete. Actually, let me show you guys. I could show you better than I could tell you. So these are called print heads. You have your CYMK print head and your white ink print head. What happens when these machines sit for a long time? For example, this is the white ink. I was painting, don't mind my hands. It turns into, it's just almost impossible, and this is called the maintenance station on a DTG printer. It's almost impossible for that white ink to circulate and flow through these lines. As you can see right here, eventually it gets clogged, and the white ink, it's not able to, think of it like water. The ink is not able to flow through the print heads and print the design you need efficiently and sufficiently. With the color inks, it's a lot. I don't believe they have the same plastic percentage, so you're able to regenerate or get these inks flowing a lot easier. But like I said, for me, I'm doing that, and it's just, if you could tell, it's just draining my inks. And like I said, these are $300 a pouch. So 3, 6, 9, 12, and plus this 700, that's 1,900. I don't have that. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying it costs. As you can see, just over time, what the machine, because you have the back components of the machine and things, and filters and all these things where it costs to maintain, it costs to fix. And like I said, for me, this machine specific, this is my main machine. We're just going to call this a scrap machine. This machine specifically just was having too much issues for me to be able to financially sustain it. But if you are interested in having your own print shop, don't get discouraged. Just know that, like everything else in the world, money makes more money. Things cost money. This costs money to fix. I just have to say goodbye for the moment because I don't have the 7,000, and I do have the 7,000, but in this economy, I'm just not comfortable taking 10,000 and throwing it in a machine, because there's no job security. We could talk about that in a whole different episode, but for me, I'm just not comfortable taking my last 7,000. Prior to having these machines, I was down to zero. So I kind of am thinking from more of a scarcity scare point, and I just don't want to put myself back in a certain position because I didn't like the way it feels. It doesn't feel good to have absolutely no money. I'd rather try to do things a little bit more, try to do things that make a little bit more sense for me and for how I need to run my household and how I need to monitor my pockets. But man, I love looking at these two machines. I loved the process of how I was even able to get both these machines. These machines are heavy as fuck, and I did it this machine I moved by myself, and this machine, it was me and one of my other skinny friends. So man, I really did appreciate and I loved having this machine in the moments I've had them. And I recommend anybody follow your dreams, follow your passion. And just because something's not working right now, it doesn't mean it's not going to work forever. And that's something I have to live in at the moment, because this was a dream for me. This was a dream for me, and I have to understand that it might not be working for me right now, but it will eventually. And I just wanted to make this video so for others to have awareness. It's kind of like a diary for me. I want to have proof that, you know, eventually I could look back at this video and be like, you know what, that was a good move. And I know I'll probably put it in the video too. When the guy comes, we'll see the whole transaction, and I know it'll be up to good use. Like I said, once you're able to repair these printers, they're good. These are great printers. I love them. I have nothing negative to say. There's two versions. I don't remember the specific names, but this is the older version. This is not the newer version. And the results I've seen, I was able to do a couple designs with these printers, but ultimately when something went down, to reboot it and get this printer back working just was a little bit more of a financial wait for me. But hey, it is what it is. This is Foot Ice Prints. This is just a part of the journey, and I'm happy to broadcast it with people, so you know, everybody, you know, I might not be the only person who has this vision. I might not be the only person who wants to, you know, own a print shop. I'm doing this out of my garage, and I know this is not the end, so we'll see what happened next. Maybe I'll throw a clip of the person purchasing it. When he comes, he's actually on his way, and I actually hope he buys the both of them, and we'll see what happens from here. I don't know if I'll get another DTG machine, but I'm gonna stay confident. I'm gonna always believe in my vision. I'm gonna keep striving for that. Things might not go exactly how I want it to go, but that's fine. That's why it's a path and it's a journey, and we'll see what happens next. So that's it from Foot Ice Prints at the moment, and I'll keep y'all updated on what the fuck else life got for me. So let's do it. Alright, y'all, as promised, here we are. My boy got the machine. Y'all already know how this about to go.
Yeah, this shit ain't going nothing but up.
Nothing but up. Destiny, I'm happy for him. He might come get the second one.
Yes, sir. I'm coming right in the morning.
Yes, sir.
And we're gonna do a collab and make this
What's
shit.
What's up?
We'll do it.
What's up? You already rocking the hat.
Yeah. I'm in it, man. I love it. I want to make something.
Alright.
And when you just come up there and fuck with me, you'll see what I got going. I got
when you're free, text me.
Alright, got you.
Cause I'm free. I'm free this whole month. I got you.
Alright, okay.
Any type of smoke.